This is the Enterprise, stardate 12032018, Captain Kirk. We're closing in on a red dwarf star in the star system Pizza Hut 1. Our Chief Diversity Officer has deployed a team of equality officers to gather data on the red dwarf star. We aim to find out how to replace the term dwarf with a more correct term befitting moral people on a galactic conquest for equality. On our righteous journey to equalize all celestial bodies, we encountered a new threat, claiming that not all knives are created equal. Some are better than others, differing in size, ability, and quality. For now we are on the retreat, but we shall prevail against this offense.
Welcome, this is Wear and Tear. Today I want to talk about my Ganzo knife collection. As most of you know, Ganzo is a budget manufacturer for knives, and it has gotten quite a reputation because despite the low price, the quality of these knives is actually good. First knife I want to talk about is the Ganzo F720. The F720 is a very large, very heavy knife, very thick spine, 90-degree spine, perfect for a fire starter to produce sparks. It's really amazing how sharp the spine actually is. Very thick blade, excellent grip. It has a lock that engages reliably, at least on this one. So it's an axis lock. I had another one of the same type, also F720, and I actually had to fix the axis lock because the axis lock didn't engage properly, so the knife would collapse on me. This, however, was stable out of the box. They come razor sharp pretty much. This one is pretty much there as well. So I like it. It's a heavy knife. It's perfect if you go hiking or on a little walk and you don't know whether you should take your fixed blade knife or still a more compact folding knife. So this is perfect for the outdoors. A rock solid blade, also with a spike for I guess you could take it as a glass breaker, break with it whatever you want, as long as you're within the boundaries of the law, right? So like, use it as a nutcracker then. So this is the Ganzo F720. Then yeah, we have this lovely little knife, Ganzo G728, liner lock, assisted opener, and it's the smallest Ganzo that I have, and it has a very classic shape, and it's just has a wonderful smooth operation. It opens reliably, it engages reliably. So this one is spring assisted as far as I understand. It doesn't run on ball bearings, but it's simply on washers and spring assisted. I could be wrong, but anyways, the operation is super smooth. So this is fine little blade, stone wash finish. They also have it with, I think, with orange G10 handles or other colors. There are different options. Now this is, yeah, it's also should be still sharp. Yeah, originally it was sharper, but it's still okay. Then, oh yes, then we got the full auto knife, the Ganzo F758. So now it's locked, so it will not open. Now we disengage the lock, push the button, and it opens. Stone wash finish, quite pretty. It's a light knife, but it's on the larger side. It's, you know, see the blade shape. I love the operation. It's like 100% reliable. I have deployed it hundreds of times. It never fails, no matter how you deploy it. Oh, see, it actually slammed against the table and it's still deployed properly. So just works wonderfully. So I like this. This is an automatic knife. It's not allowed everywhere, especially in Germany. In Austria it's a bit easier. I mean, in Austria we don't have so many restrictions, but in Germany I could not take that with me. So I like the orange color, makes it easier to find. So this is the Ganzo Firebird F758. Then we have my newest Ganzo acquisition. This is the Ganzo Firebird F708. And it differs from the other Ganzos. It feels like it's almost from a different manufacturer. So it also is a liner lock, and it doesn't quickly deploy, I guess because there is more friction in this ring, the way the knife operates. So it's a smaller knife. I like it. You can play around with it. It's perfect if you need something to fidget. It's a lot of fun. You can also open it and do the same thing, you know, if you don't mind a bloody finger or something like that. So other than that, I don't see a particular function for this type of design, except it makes stabbing much easier. You know, if you have to stab a lot because you're in a profession where you have to stab a lot, then this might be the right knife for you. Other than that, it's more a design or aesthetical aspect. It looks like it's light because it has so many holes and everything. It's actually beautifully made, even down to the detail. It's very neat. It looks like it's light, but it's actually heavy. It's very much balanced in the middle. So I like the knife, but it's not as practical. It's really more design, exquisite design, than practical design. So, but yes, there is also room for aesthetics, of course. It's not all about function or functionality. Then we got my Ganzo G302H. This is the Ganzo multi-tool, and it's a really nice multi-tool. Comes with, of course, many different functions. What I like is that the blades are locked. You see, you pull this one back and that's unlocked. Open it, it's locked. It has that little saw. There's another type of blade. And this is the standard knife blade right here. One hand opening is beautiful. And I think even, yeah, you have scissors here. Also those scissors do lock in place. Like basically every single tool locks in place, which is very nice. Makes work safer. Also locked in place. The operation is smooth. It's quite big and quite heavy. Yeah, it's spring assisted. It works nicely. It's not cheap. I think they sell it for 50 bucks on Amazon. For some reason, many months ago I got it for 20 bucks on Amazon. I've never seen it anywhere close to this price ever since. So this is the connector for the screwdrivers and stuff. This is the only beef I have with this multi-tool, because some of the bits, it's actually, sometimes you have difficulties of getting them out again. It's like this is not worked in a precise manner. So this can be a little bit of a headache. But over time it seems to get better. But it's definitely a good quality multi-tool. A very good alternative to more expensive multi-tools, I'd say. But it's not quite at the level of a $100 Leatherman or something like that, of course. But it's also not at the level of 10 to 20 bucks multi-tools like you pick them up in the supermarket typically. It has way better quality. So yeah, this is the Ganzo G302H. Very nice multi-tool, check it out. Then we got my favorite Ganzo knife. This is the Ganzo G751 with orange G10 handles. It's a beauty. I like the blade aesthetics. I like this fake blade or whatever, however you call it. It just looks good. It looks sporty, and it runs on ball bearings. The way it deploys, it's just something to behold. You actually have to feel that to fully appreciate it. So it always deploys quickly. It is, of course, it's a line of lock here. The line of lock engaged safely, and yeah, just look at the action. The action is beautiful. This is the way it closes. Can close like this. So if you want to close it like this, wonderful, stays in place. It's just awesome. It's a really, really beautiful knife. Now they have it in different color options, and I saw this one on Amazon, believe it or not, for 13 bucks. Prime, Amazon Prime, so shipping is free. But you can also order them in China for pretty much the same price. So sometimes you're able to make a deal on these. Usually they're on Amazon for 25 bucks, which is not expensive for such a knife either. And it comes, of course, it comes razor sharp. There's no doubt about that. It's a no-brainer. All of these Ganzo knives are made of, I think, 440 steel. 440C steel, some Chinese steel. In my opinion, they're very easy to sharpen. I have no problem getting them razor sharp again. Now, it's of course not a high-end steel, it's an entry-level steel, but it's still very good quality. It's wonderful to work with these tools. I have a Spyderco knife, and the Spyderco knife has a way better type of steel. But it's so difficult to sharpen. These are so easy to sharpen. And again, they're really fun to play with. So those Ganzo knives offer a lot of bang for the buck. I like them a lot. It's difficult on deciding which one I take out when I take a knife with me, which is pretty much all the time. So anyways, if Captain Kirk had to pick one of these knives, then he probably would go with the one that looks most futuristic and is the least functional. But that's good enough for the Redshirts, right? They don't need to have the best equipment. They just barely make it into the 5th minute of any episode anyway, so why give them really good knives? So they would have something that looks futuristic and doesn't work properly. But if you want something that is really awesome, take the Ganzo G751. This is the best knife in the bunch here, of course, except the multi-tool, which plays in its own league. So this is a wonderful, light, big, and strong blade. It's just awesome. And if you want something specifically for hiking, specifically for the outdoors, and you don't want to bring a fixed blade, then look at the Ganzo F720. A big, very sturdy blade. So this was my little Ganzo knife collection, and I'm gonna continue to play a little bit with my Star Trek model. Just like it. So this was Wear and Tear, over and out.
Captain,